Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ever catch yourself scrolling through those online reviews, like kind of obsessing over every single star and comment?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
We're going deep today on why those little stars can seriously make or break your business.
It's amazing how much we rely on those digital thumbs ups these days. It's like the modern day word of mouth.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's deep dive. It's not just about like feeling good or getting a little ego boost.
Right.
We're talking about serious cash.
Absolutely.
The three-pack. Remember those top 3 spots on Google search results?
Oh, yeah. Prime real estate.
They get over 52% of all clicks. Everyone else is left fighting over scraps.
It's like trying to open a shop in a busy city center. You want to be front and center, not tucked away in some back alley where no one can find you.
Exactly. And the research from System X Designs paints a pretty clear picture. Let's say you're a landscaper in Athens, Georgia.
Okay.
Someone searches Athens landscaping, and boom, the three-pack pops up right at the top.
Right.
Now, the company sitting in that top spot, the one with all those glowing reviews,
Yeah.
they're not just getting praise.
No.
They're tapping into a gold mine.
A gold mine. Yeah.
So let's break it down.
Yeah.
That search term gets, let's say, 100 searches a month.
Okay.
And each new client is worth $2,500.
Right.
That top spot is potentially looking at $130,000 in revenue
Wow.
every single month.
Every month.
Do that for a year, and you're talking about $1.56 million.
That's incredible.
It's mind-blowing, and that's just from one search term. Imagine dominating multiple relevant searches in your area.
Right. And that's really what it comes down to, visibility translating directly to revenue.
So how do we crack the code of the three-pack? It can't just be luck, right?
Definitely not. It takes a combination of smart SEO strategies and, of course, those all-important reviews. Google's algorithm is constantly changing, but one thing remains. Constant reviews are a major ranking factor.
But honestly, sometimes it feels like pulling teeth to get those reviews.
Yeah,
You hear things like, I'm too busy, or I don't know how.
Oh, I hear it all the time. It's a common obstacle.
So how do we overcome those obstacles without being annoying or pushy?
Right. It's about being strategic, making the process seamless and rewarding for everyone involved.
So less tooth pulling, more like a well-oiled machine.
Exactly. And that's where those gentle nudges we talked about come in. We'll dive into the specifics of that later, but I think that's a good place to stop for now.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after a quick break to dig into those gentle nudges. Don't go anywhere.
Stay tuned. All right, so we all know getting those reviews can be huge for business.
Absolutely huge.
But how do we make it happen without, turning into that pushy salesperson everyone wants to avoid?
Yeah, nobody wants to feel pressured.
Right, exactly. It's about finding that balance.
That sweet spot.
Yeah, between encouraging those reviews and, respecting everyone's time. So think about it. A customer just had like a phenomenal experience with your business.
I'm picturing it.
They're happy. They're satisfied.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit in awe of how great you are. They're skipping out the door. Exactly. And that's the perfect moment to capitalize on those good vibes.
Definitely.
But you don't want to be in their face about it.
Right.
So you just offer a subtle reminder.
Okay.
Like maybe a review us button on your website.
Oh, yeah.
Or a little call out in your email signature.
So it's like, hey, if you loved what we did, spread the love.
Exactly, but way more subtle.
Much more subtle.
Yeah, and for those who maybe need a little extra nudge,
Yeah.
we can get a bit more proactive.
Okay.
Things like automated email or text message campaigns.
Gotcha.
Not like spammy blasts, more like personalized messages that go out maybe a few days after a purchase or service.
So like a friendly little check-in.
Yeah.
But also reminding them, hey, reviews are important.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
Not every experience is going to be perfect.
Of course not.
So what about those not so glowing reviews?
Yeah. How do we deal with those without, having a meltdown?
Right. Those negative reviews can feel like a punch to the gut,
Yeah.
but they're not always a bad thing.
Really?
Yeah, if you handle them the right way,
Okay.
they can actually boost your credibility.
Wait, so a bad review can be a good thing?
Think about it. No business is perfect, right?
True.
And potential customers know that.
Yeah.
When they see a couple less than perfect reviews mixed in with a bunch of positive ones,
Yeah.
it makes your business seem more real, more authentic.
So it's like, hey, we're human, we make mistakes, but we're also committed to fixing them.
Exactly. But of course, you don't just want to let those negative reviews just sit there.
Right.
Responding to them is so important.
Okay, so what's the secret to crafting the perfect response.
The key is to be prompt, professional, and genuine.
Okay.
Acknowledge their concerns, apologize for any inconvenience, and offer a solution.
So it's more about empathy and less about being defensive.
Right, and sometimes taking the conversation offline can be the best approach.
Offline.
Like give them a direct line of communication, a dedicated email address or phone number,
Yeah, that makes sense.
so they can talk about their issues in more detail.
It shows you're taking them serious.
Exactly, and it avoids a public back and forth.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
Right.
Okay, so all of this sounds like a lot to handle.
I know it can feel overwhelming,
Yeah.
but don't worry, there are tools out there to help.
Oh, good. Tell me more about these tools.
There are review management platforms like Podium Bird Eye Review Trackers.
Ooh, sound familiar.
They let you keep an eye on your reviews across multiple platforms.
Okay.
You can automate your review requests, even analyze sentiment and trends.
So it's like having a personal assistant for your online reputation.
Pretty much.
That takes a lot of the pressure off.
It does, and the best part is these platforms are always evolving, getting smarter and more sophisticated.
That's amazing.
It's like a secret weapon.
A secret weapon. I like it. But how do we know if all this effort is paying off?
You look at the data, things like the number of reviews you're getting, your average star rating, how those reviews are impacting your search ranking.
So it's about understanding the big picture.
Exactly, and making adjustments as you go.
Gotcha. So it's not just about collecting reviews like trophies.
Right, it's about making sure those reviews are working for you.
Bringing in new customers, boosting that bottom line.
Exactly.
It's all starting to make sense now, a systematic approach to online reputation management.
That's what it's all about.
But before we get too deep in the data weeds, let's switch gears for a second and talk about the psychology behind online reviews.
Okay.
Why do we trust them so much? What makes them so influential? We'll explore that right after this. All right, so we've talked about getting those great reviews and handling the not so great ones.
Yeah.
But let's get a little deeper.
Okay.
Let's talk about the psychology behind all of this.
Right.
Why do we as consumers put so much trust in what total strangers are saying online?
You know, it's funny, isn't it?
It is.
It all comes down to, I think, our need for social proof. Social proof.
We're kind of programmed to trust other people's opinions,
Yeah.
especially when we're not sure what to do.
Right. Like when you're trying to pick a restaurant
Exactly.
and you see a huge line out the door.
Yeah, you think, okay, this place must be good.
If everyone else is here.
Exactly.
Online reviews, it's kind of the same thing.
It is. It's a validation.
Right.
It helps us feel more confident in our choices.
But it's more than just following the crowd, right? There's
Yeah.
something about online reviews that feels authentic.
Yeah.
Like we're getting the real deal from people who have nothing to gain or lose.
That's it. We see these reviews as coming from everyday people,
Real people.
not some fancy marketing campaign or paid spokesperson.
Yeah, it feels more genuine.
More trustworthy.
Exactly. And with all these different review platforms out there, businesses can't really fake it anymore.
Nope. Those glowing reviews, they have to be earned.
They have to be earned.
That's why it's so important to have a smart approach to review management.
Right.
It's not about tricking the system. No.
It's about showing off those genuine, positive experiences your customers are already having.
So it's like giving a voice to your happy customers.
Exactly.
Letting them share their love with the world.
And when you do that, you're not just building trust with potential customers.
Right.
You're also making that bond with your current customers even stronger.
So everyone wins.
Everyone wins.
But I think it's easy to get lost in the tools and the strategies.
Yeah.
And just chasing those 5-star ratings. Let's not forget about the human side of all this.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's about creating those amazing experiences for your customers.
Right. The kind of experiences that makes them want to tell everyone about it.
Exactly. And those are the reviews that are truly valuable.
The ones you can't buy.
You can't buy them.
They're authentic, they're heartfelt, and they're the best marketing you could ask for.
Couldn't agree more. I think that's the perfect note to end on.
Yeah.
Embrace the power of online reviews, but always remember the human connection behind them.
That's a great takeaway. Thanks for joining us today on this deep dive into the world of online reviews.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We hope you learned a thing or two and that you're feeling ready to make those stars work for you.
Absolutely.
That's it for us today. See you next time. All right, so today we're going to take a deep dive into the Google Maps 3-pack. You know, those top 3 local businesses that show up when you search for something like best pizza near me on Google Maps.
Yeah, those 3 spots can be really valuable for local businesses.
Absolutely. I mean, over 50% of all searchers click on one of those businesses. That's a lot of potential customers.
Yeah, it's huge. It's not just about visibility either. Being in the three pack means Google sees you as a top choice, and potential customers are going to notice that too.
It's like getting a stamp of approval from Google itself.
Exactly, and that translates to real revenue for businesses. For example, a study found that a search term like best dentist in a given city with 500 monthly searches could bring in $500,000 per month in revenue, assuming each new patient is worth $1,000 over their lifetime.
Wow, so being in the three-pack could be a major win for a dentist's office.
Oh, absolutely. And it gets even more interesting when you look at high-value services. Think about something like AC repair near me in a city with 1,000 monthly searches and an average customer value of $2,500.
Yeah.
You're looking at a potential $2.5 million market every month.
Wow, that's a lot of hot leads. But how do businesses actually get into the three-pack? Is it just luck?
Not at all. It all comes down to local SEO.
Okay, what does that involve?
Well, essentially, it's about optimizing your online presence to make sure Google sees your business as the most relevant and trustworthy option for local searches.
I see.
And one of the most important elements of local SEO is your Google business profile.
Oh yeah, the profile that pops up when you search for a business on Google Maps.
Exactly. It's like your digital storefront. You want to make sure it has all the right information. Your business name, address, phone number, website, hours of operation, everything.
And I imagine having good photos and descriptions is important too.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to showcase your business in the best possible light and make it easy for customers to find what they need.
Makes sense. Now, I know citations are also important for local SEO, but what are they exactly?
Citations are basically online mentions of your business. They include your business name, address, and phone number, and they appear on other websites and directories.
So it's like having your business card all over the internet.
That's a good way to think about it. These citations help Google verify your information and build trust and authority for your business.
So the more consistent your business information is across different websites,
Yeah,
the more confident Google feels about recommending your business.
exactly. And it's not just about quantity either. The quality of those citations matters too. Getting listed in reputable directories like Yelp or industry-specific platforms can give your local SEO a big boost.
It's like getting endorsements from trusted sources.
Exactly.
Now, another term that came up in my research was backlinks. Could you explain what those are and why they're important?
Sure. Backlinks are links from other websites that point back to your website or your Google business profile.
So other websites are basically vouching for you.
Yeah, think of them as votes of confidence. The more high-quality backlinks you have, the more Google sees your business as an authority.
So backlinks can really make a difference. This is all starting to make sense. But local SEO sounds like a lot of work. Can businesses really handle it all themselves?
It depends. Some businesses have the time and resources to manage their own local SEO. But for many others, partnering with a local SEO company can be really beneficial.
Okay, so if a business is thinking about hiring an SEO company, what are some things they should look for?
Well, first and foremost, you want to look for proven results. Don't be afraid to ask for case studies and examples of how they've helped other businesses rank in the three-pack.
It's like checking references before hiring someone for an important job.
Exactly. You also want to find a company that offers customized strategies. Local SEO is not one size fits all. Every business is different. And your SEO strategy should be tailored to your specific needs.
So it's about finding a partner who really understands your business.
Right. And just as important as results and customized strategies is transparency. You want a company that will keep you informed every step of the way. They should provide regular updates on your rankings and traffic.
Transparency and accountability are essential in any business relationship. Now, we all know customer reviews are super important these days. What role do they play in local SEO?
Reviews are huge. They're a major ranking factor for local SEO, and they can really influence whether or not a customer chooses your business.
So it's not just about getting positive reviews, it's also about responding to reviews,
Yeah.
both positive and negative.
Yeah, that's important. It shows potential customers that you're engaged and responsive,
Right.
which can build trust.
This has been incredibly insightful. But before we move on, I have one more question about local SEO. Are there any ethical considerations businesses need to be aware of?
That's a great question. There are definitely some unethical techniques out there, like creating fake reviews or trying to manipulate rankings in deceptive ways.
So businesses need to be careful.
Yeah, it's important to work with a reputable SEO company, one that prioritizes genuine engagement and transparency.
So it's about building a sustainable long-term strategy
Right.
based on real value and trust.
Exactly. The goal of local SEO should be to connect businesses with the right customers at the right time. And the best way to do that is by focusing on delivering exceptional products and services and building a positive online reputation.
Makes sense.
So we were just talking about the ethical side of local SEO, and it reminded me of something called click-through rate manipulation.
Click-through rate manipulation, what is that?
Well, some companies try to artificially inflate the number of people who are clicking on a business's Google listing. The idea is that more clicks will make Google think the business is more popular and maybe boost their rankings.
So it's like creating a fake sense of demand.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's a risky strategy. Google is getting smarter all the time. And if they catch you manipulating click-through rates, it could hurt your rankings in the long run.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's better to focus on getting genuine clicks from real people.
Exactly. People who are actually interested in what your business offers.
Okay, so how do you do that?
Well, it starts with creating a compelling online presence. Make sure your Google business profile is complete and accurate. Use high-quality photos and videos. And write engaging descriptions that highlight what makes your business unique.
And don't forget about responding to reviews.
Right. That shows potential customers that you're engaged and that you care about their feedback.
Now, besides optimizing your Google business profile, are there any other tools or strategies that can help with local SEO?
Yeah, there are a bunch of them. One tool that I really like is GeoGrid maps.
GeoGrid maps, what are those?
They're basically maps that show you where your business is ranking in local search results. You can see which areas you're doing well in and which areas you need to improve in.
So you could use that information to target your SEO efforts.
Exactly. For example, if you're ranking well in the city center, but not so well in the suburbs, you could focus on building citations and creating content that's specifically targeted at people in the suburbs.
That's really helpful. Now, I have a question about paid advertising. Can paid ads help you get into the 3-pack?
That's a good question. Paid ads can definitely help you get more visibility in local search results, but they don't directly impact your organic ranking in the 3-pack.
So paid ads won't guarantee you a spot in the 3-pack,
Yeah.
but they can still drive more traffic to your website and Google business profile.
Exactly. It's often a good idea to use a combination of organic and paid strategies.
Okay, so organic SEO is like the foundation,
Yeah.
and paid advertising is like amplifying your reach.
That's a good way to think about it.
Now, I know you mentioned the lifetime value of a customer earlier. Can you explain a bit more about why that's important for local SEO?
Sure. So lifetime value, or LTV, is the total amount of revenue that a business can expect to get from a single customer over the course of their relationship.
Okay.
And understanding your LTV can help you make smarter decisions about how you invest in marketing, including local SEO.
So it's not just about getting one-time buyers.
Right. It's about building relationships that lead to repeat business and referrals.
Makes sense.
So if you know that the average customer is worth $1,000 to your business, you're going to be willing to invest more in acquiring that customer than if they were only worth $100.
I see.
Local SEO should be focused on attracting the right kinds of customers. Customers who are likely to stick around and spend money with your business over time.
This is all really valuable information, but I'm sure a lot of business owners are feeling a bit overwhelmed right now. Is it ever worth trying to do local SEO yourself, or should you always hire a professional?
It's a tough question. There are pros and cons to both approaches.
Okay, let's start with the DIY approach.
Right.
What are some of the benefits of handling local SEO in-house?
Well, the biggest benefit is cost savings. Hiring an SEO company can be expensive, especially if you're a small business.
And you have more control over your strategy.
Right. You can make sure that everything is being done according to your specific needs.
But it's also a lot of work.
Yeah, local SEO is complex and time-consuming. It requires a lot of specialized knowledge, and it's constantly changing.
So unless you have someone on your team who's really dedicated to local SEO, you might not see the best results.
That's true. You could end up wasting a lot of time and effort
Yeah.
without getting much in return.
So when does it make sense to hire a professional SEO company?
Well, I would say it's almost always a good idea to hire a professional if you're in a very competitive industry,
Okay.
or if you're launching a new business and you need to get visibility quickly,
Got it.
or if you've tried doing local SEO yourself and you haven't seen any results.
So it's like calling a plumber when you have a leak you can't fix yourself.
Exactly. Sometimes you just need to call in the experts.
Now, before we wrap up this part, I'm curious to know what some of the most common mistakes are that businesses make when it comes to local SEO.
Okay, well, one of the biggest mistakes is neglecting your Google business profile. You need to make sure it's complete and accurate. and that you're regularly updating it with fresh content.
It's like having a storefront with a broken sign and boarded up windows.
Yeah, no one's going to want to go in there.
What else?
Another common mistake is not doing enough keyword research. You need to understand what words and phrases people are actually using to search for businesses like yours. Otherwise, you're basically invisible.
If you're using the wrong keywords, no one's going to find you.
Exactly. And finally, a lot of businesses make the mistake of not tracking their results. Local SEO isn't a set it and forget it kind of thing. You need to be constantly monitoring your progress and making adjustments to your strategy as needed.
So it's an ongoing process.
Absolutely. And if you're not willing to put in the time and effort, you're not going to see the results you're looking for.
So we've talked a lot about the current state of local SEO. But what about the future? What trends should businesses be keeping an eye on?
Well, one of the most exciting trends is the rise of voice search.
Voice search? You mean like using Siri or Alexa to search for things?
Exactly. More and more people are using voice assistants to find information and make purchases.
So how does that impact local SEO?
Well, voice searches tend to be longer and more conversational. People are asking questions instead of just typing in keywords.
So instead of searching for plumber, they might say, "Hey Siri, find a plumber near me who can fix a leaky faucet."
Exactly. So businesses need to optimize their online presence for these longer queries.
It sounds like it's not just about keywords anymore. It's about understanding natural language.
Right. You need to create content that answers questions in a clear and concise way.
So voice search optimization is a whole new ballgame.
It is, but it's a game that local businesses need to be playing.
What other trends should businesses be aware of?
Another big one is the growing role of artificial intelligence in SEO.
AI.
Yeah, there are all sorts of AI-powered tools that can help businesses with their SEO.
Like what?
Well, for example, AI can analyze data to identify patterns and trends. It can help you understand which keywords are performing best and which areas you should be targeting.
That's amazing.
It is. AI can also help you personalize your content and even automate some of your SEO tasks.
So AI can be a really powerful tool for local businesses.
Absolutely.
This is all really exciting, but it also sounds a bit overwhelming. How can businesses keep up with all these changes?
The key is to embrace continuous learning. The world of SEO is constantly evolving, so you need to stay up to date on the latest trends and best practices.
So read industry blogs, attend webinars, that sort of thing.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment. Try new things and see what works for your business.
It's all about testing and iterating.
Right.
Well, this has been a fascinating deep dive into the world of local SEO. Thanks for sharing your insights.
My pleasure.
I think we've all learned a lot, and I hope our listeners feel empowered to take their local SEO to the next level. So that's it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.